Verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse number 11. Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastho jnana deepena bhaswata. Translation by His Divine Grace, Abhyacharya Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy the darkness born of ignorance with the shining lamp of knowledge. That's the translation. Let's begin with prayers. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Acharya Esvatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so this is the verse that I chose. Everybody can see the verse?
Yes.
Tesham evanukampartham. Why did I choose this verse? Jnana Deepena. Jnana Deepena. The last line, Krishna takes that name Deepa. So Sri Ramanujacharya actually introduced this Chatushloki. He picked these 4 verses from Bhagavad Gita, and he was the first one to say that this is Chatushloki, Sri Ramanujacharya. So what are the 4 verses of Chatushloki? Does anyone remember? Aham sarvasya prabhava mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajanti mam udabhava samyukta. What is the second verse? Machitavata prana bodhentu vatsvaram kadhentascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. Tanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam enamam upayanti te. Then is this verse. Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhaswata. These are the 4 verses. This is called Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. The first verse talks about the characteristics of Supreme Lord. The second verse talks about the characteristics of a devotee. The third verse talks about how devotee should approach Supreme Lord. And the fourth verse talks about how the Lord reciprocates with the devotee. In 4 verses, Pura Charitra Valya, right? So that is Krishna, right? So before I go to today's class, my sincere acknowledgement to our Bhakti Vriksha members. These are the members who have been giving us constant association. I'm very, very grateful for them. In this month of Kartik, actually, Her Grace Anartha Mataji, Srila Prabhupada disciple in our Bhakti Vriksha, she gave me a book to read, and the name of the book is Bhakti, the Affair of Heart. Okay, and in that, the powerful message that that book gives is, when you go in front of the Lord, what do you pray for? When you go in front of the Lord, what do you pray for? And the book strongly says in bold letters, you should beg for association. And that association, these devotees have been giving me constantly, so I'm very, very grateful for them. Thank you for that. So, this is the class that I prepared for today. Here are the contents. Is a brief introduction, and then for Diwali we light lights, right? And so I took that abbreviation light, following guidance from Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji. L is love, I is intelligence, G is guilelessness. What is guilelessness? Does anybody know what is guilelessness? No deception, no cheating. You cannot cheat Supreme Lord. You cannot bluff the bluff master. Okay. H is hope, and T is transcendence. These are the lessons that we're going to see, and we're going to do this in about half an hour. Okay. So let me begin with a little bit of introduction. So what does Utsava mean? Maha Mahotsav, right? Deepavali Maha Mahotsav. What does Utsava mean? Does anybody know? It's a Sanskrit word. Celebration, right? We all know that word as celebration. Utsava, right? The Sanskrit word Utsava means Utsava, right? Ut means revolting. Sava means miseries of the material world. That's what it means. Revolting against the miseries of the material world is called Utsava. Okay? So that's the definition. And it is also said in the scriptures that Manava is Utsava Priya. Okay, man is very much attached to celebrations. They want celebrations. Okay? But these celebrations have turned into mundane festivals in this material world. These celebrations have turned into mundane festivals these days. If you see, there are food festivals, right? There's no Krishna there, there's no God there or anything. These are food festivals, okay? And if you go to Germany, there is beer festival, okay? So there are different types of festivals, and one Swami posted recently that there is mutton festival going on in India. There is mutton festival, you know. So this is what they have become. These festivals have become mundane, right? So the holy day, that it's actually holy day, and it has become holiday, right? You know, see how Krishna is taken out of the picture, right? So this is the nature of the material world. So one of the utsavas is Deepavali, right? The name is actually Deepavali, and we have renamed it to Diwali, right? We want shortcuts for everything. Hare Krishna koi bolta hi nahi, HK. We want to say HK. Hari bol, HB. You know. So what does Deepavali mean? Deepavali. So there is again a Sanskrit word. Deepa Avali. And Deepa is lights, and Avali is a row of lights. And when Sri Ram returned from Lanka back to Ayodhya, Ayodhyavasis, with lots of love pouring their hearts, they offered a row of lights to Sri Ram and family and entourage. Okay, and that's why this term came Deepavali. Okay, so during this festival, we famously do what we do is we lit the candles, we lit the deep, right? But you've seen birthday celebrations these days. Have you seen? So how many years the man is, the woman is, the boy is, the girl is? We put that many candles, and then what do? We're not lighting them, we're blowing them away, right? So one time a 70-year-old man, he was celebrating his birthday, so there were 70 candles lit. And then, in an effort to put off these candles, the man went off. So this Vedic tradition has never taught us to put off the lights. We have to put on the lights. That is the purpose. You know, we're not going from brightness to darkness of ignorance. We are going from darkness to brightness of ignorance, right? So there's this word Deepa, the significance of Deepa. It appears many times, right? Jnana Deepena Bhaswata, we just read that verse. And then Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. That Shalaka is again lamp of knowledge that Guru carries to bring us into the knowledge, brightness of knowledge, right? And there's also this Upanishad verse from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Many of you already know this, right? Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Jyoti, right? Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. So this is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So actually, my wife's legal name, how many of you know my wife's legal name? Everybody's surviving, I don't know, I should. Deepti, right? Yeah. So when she got initiated, my Guru Maharaj named her Damodar Priya. I never understood till now why she was named Damodar Priya. I thought D for Deepti, D for Damodar Priya. Okay. That's what I thought. But Deep are loved by Damodar. And that's why that name Damodar Priya came, and not that she brought light into my life, but Aaj Prashad So continuing with the introduction. So prior to Deepavali, these times we celebrate many occasions actually. We celebrate, in the previous month we celebrated Vijaya Dashami. It is called Dashahara, right? Dashahara, right? Defeating 10-headed Ravana, right? So on the day of Vijaya Dashami, Ram defeated Ravana. And that was last month, right? That was last month. And this month, in the month of Kartik, we're seeing Trayodasi. And that is Dhana Trayodasi or Dhanteras, right? Many people call Dhanteras, or that's the day when Dhanvantari came. Okay? And that is the day in India that is marked now as National Ayurveda Day. That day is actually now marked as National Ayurveda Day because that is the day when Dhanvantari came out with one nectar of pot and the other was Ayurveda. He came out with two things. Okay? Alright. So, and then after Trayodasi we have Chaturdasi. On the day of Chaturdasi, and Deepavali is not celebrated in one day, we celebrate in 3-4 days. If, many of you might be doing this. So on the day of Chaturdasi is when Narakasura, or another name for Narakasura is Bhaumasura. He was killed by Krishna and Satyabhama. That is the day. Chaturdasi. Naraka Chaturdasi, right? And we don't have time to discuss about Narakasura, Bhaumasura pastime, but if we have time, we'll come back to it. Okay? So, and the next is Amavasya. After Chaturdashi is Amavasya, this is the day of Deepavali. This is the day when Sri Ram returned to Ayodhya. And there are also many other pastimes, like Damodar Leela, Bali Maharaj, surrenders to Vaman Dev, Pandavas returned from exile, and King Vikramaditya, Indian history, he was also coronated the same day. So there are a lot of other important events that happen on this very day. So with that brief introduction, I'm going to take you guys through these 5 lessons, L-I-G-H-T, okay? So let's go through these 5 lessons. So the first one is L for love. Love is the deepest longing of human heart, right? Love is the deepest longing of human heart. Love and sacrifice are the threads of Ramayana, right? Love and sacrifice. These are the threads of Ramayana. If you see 90% of the Bollywood movies, they are based on this concept only. There is hero, there is heroine, there is villain, there is bada villain, chota villain, there is, and then the katha rolls down. It is so simple. Everything is based on Ramayana, okay? So, so Deepavali is the expression of Ayodhya-vasi's love for Sri Ram. So that is the expression of love, right? And so what kind of love is Sri Ram's love and Sri Sita Mata's love? So let us see that, right? So when, after defeating Ravana, when Ram and Sita were returning back to Ayodhya, what is the Viman that they are coming back in? Pushpaka Viman, right? That Pushpaka Viman belongs to who? Kuber originally, Ravan stole it, okay? So, so that Pushpaka Viman, they are returning, and on their return, Sri Ram is showing Sita Mata all the places where he met all these monkey soldiers, Kishkinda. This is the place where I chopped off, where Lakshmana chopped off Shurpanaka, and all those places he was showing. So when the place came where the monkey soldiers were met with Sri Ram, at that place, Sita Mata actually asks, now we are all going back to Ayodhya. I want all of the monkeys' wives to come with us. That is Sita Mata's request. And then the Pushpaka Viman expands, and all the monkeys' wives board the plane. And then they start heading to Ayodhya. So that is Sita Mata's love. See, devotion or love is in details. And Sita Mata actually wanted to reciprocate with the monkey's king's wives, right? The next one is just before reaching Ayodhya, Sri Ram shows that this is Bharadvaja Muni's ashram. This is where we stopped by when we were going. And then they come there, they go into the Muni's ashram, And then after meeting and and all that, Bharadwaj Muni asks Sri Ram, what blessing do you need? And then you know what Sri Ram asks? Sri Ram asks that all this forest may turn into full of berries, very, very yummy fruits and all that. And then Bharadwaj Muni is confused why he is asking like that. And so he says, so be it. And immediately all the monkeys jump onto those trees and they start feasting. So Sri Ram was so concerned about monkeys having nice food in the nice time. Okay, so this is the love of Ram and Sita. This is the love of Ram and Sita. That's how they reciprocate. Okay, and then finally, Ayodhya Vasis, they are welcoming Ram. Right? Ayodhya is like our heart. Ayodhya is like human heart. Now somebody might ask, Krishna is already there in the heart, right? Right? Krishna is already there in our heart, right? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta shrutir jnanam apavanam cha, right? Krishna is already sitting in the heart. What is the need to welcome him? Right? He is already sitting in the heart. So then the answer is that he does not manifest to everybody, right? He's already sitting in the heart, but he does not manifest to everybody. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavita. So that is the reason we need to have a special welcome for Sri Ram. So on this day of Diwali, we should take a moment to actually with all our hearts welcome Sri Ram into our hearts. So we can see him. We can listen to his instructions. Alright, so this is L. This is L for love. Okay, so the next lesson, I for intelligence. So love, as we all know, is a powerful emotion, right? It's a powerful emotion, but it can be powerfully misleading. Okay, it can be powerfully misleading because love is blind. We all know this. Love is blind, right? So, how many of you know Saint Valentine's Day? February 14th is not Valentine's Day. It is called Saint Valentine's Day. Everybody knows Saint Patrick's Day, right? Saint Patrick's Day sabko pata hai. Why is February 14th not called Saint Valentine's Day? Because this is part of commercial propaganda, advertising propaganda, money-making propaganda. Okay? If somebody names Valentine's Day as Saint Valentine's Day, all of a sudden the business goes down because boy and girl don't have that love and emotions anymore because it's just going saint covered there, right? So, so love of the mother Kaikeyi for her son, this is what ended up causing all the trouble, right? It was unintelligently manipulated by this lady Manthara, right? So, so this misguided love can hurt anyone. So this we have to remember this very important instruction. Misguided love can hurt anyone. So best example I can give is that of terrorists, right? They love Allah so much, right? They love Allah so much, but the problem is misdirected intelligence, misguided intelligence. One time a terrorist went to a Swami and he said, God loves me. And the Swami said, the way you are, only God can love you. You see that? So, so this is misguided intelligence. So now let us see an example of guided intelligence, right? Not misguided, but guided intelligence. So, you know when Sugriva was made the king, right? Rama asks who to coronate him. Lakshmana goes to crown Sugriva, not Ram. He doesn't go put the crown on him. Who goes? Lakshmana goes. The same thing repeats again. When Vibhishana, Ravana is killed, Vibhishana is made the king. Who goes to make him the king? Lakshmana again. Why is that? Because of Rama's love for his father. He wants to protect his father's word. That is Rama's love. This is guided love. Father having, he even knows that his father departed. But still he wants to keep his father's word that this 14 years he will be doing vanvas and he will not be entering any palace. This is the word that he has given. This is the promise that this is Sri Ram. This is Sri Ram, right? So in Vishnu Sahasranam, how many of you know Vishnu Sahasranam here? Some hands go. So Srila Baladev Vidyabhushana, our Sampradaya, one of the Sampradaya Acharyas, he has written commentary for Vishnu Sahasranam. In that there is a very nice verse. It's called Ramo Viramo Virajo Marko Neyo Nayo Nayaha Virashaktimatam Sreshto Dharmo Dharma Viduttamaha. So this is the verse. Dharmo Dharma Viduttamaha. Sri Ram is Dharma himself. Sri Ram is the upholder of religion himself. And that Dharma is Prema Dharma. That Dharma is Dharma of love. That Rama is demonstrating at every instant in Ramayana. So love must be guided by intelligence. That's when it will have positive effect. Love must be guided by intelligence. So now we go to the next lesson. That is G. Guilelessness. Guilelessness means no deception, no cheating. You cannot bluff the bluff master. Who is bluff master? Krishna. Bluff master is not Abhishek Bachchan, right? Bluff master is Krishna. So this one person, he goes for lottery, okay? And he says before going to the lottery, he goes to Ganpati, Ganeshji. He goes to Ganeshji and he says, if I win $1 million, I will give you $500,000. So this is what he says. And then he goes to the lottery. And then in the lottery, he wins $500,000. And then you know what he thinks? Oh Ganpati, you are very, very intelligent. You already took half of the money. So if you cheat Krishna like this, he will reciprocate. Right? So Bharata, when his brother left, Bharata was not celebrating like that. Okay, chalo, let's go, let's HBO lagate hain. HD mein movies dekhte hain. He was not doing that. Bharata was in pain. He was equally suffering. When Rama went to the forest, Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, when they went to the forest, Bharata was equally suffering, or even more suffering actually. Bharata ate only roots, berries, and he was also dressed in tea bark, right? He suffered more than Lakshmana because Lakshmana had the company of Ram and Sita, right? Bharata didn't have even that, right? So when at Bharadwaja Muni's ashram, Sri Ram asks Hanuman to go and check on Bharat. So you let him know the news that I am coming back. And when you let him know the news, please carefully watch the expressions on his face. Please understand his intentions. Is he feeling happy? Is he feeling happy? If he is feeling any discomfort, if you sense any discomfort, I don't want to come back. This is what Sri Ram says. Okay? So this is the standard, right? This is the standard. This is the sensitivity, okay? So Hanumanji goes to Bharata, who is in this place called Nandigram, and he reveals the news to Bharata, and immediately Bharata, who was like a dead body, he jumps up in the air saying that Rama is back, Rama is coming back. So in this, the message is that Sri Rama looks for love without deception from us. We don't want to be cheating Ram, okay? See this Bharata, he took padukas of Sri Ram and he put them on the crown, right? In Kali Yuga, if two brothers fight, chappal leke maar lenge ek dusre ko. And that is the difference. That is the difference, okay? So that is guilelessness. And then we go to hope. And hope is the fuel of the heart. Hope is the fuel of the heart. Because we are devotees, we are optimistic people. And for us, hope is the fuel of the heart. And have you heard this word happily ever after? Yes. Right? Happily ever after, happily ever after. Such again? Is it true? Happily ever after? No. Why is everybody saying no? Because we have read enough in Krishna consciousness. This world is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Dono words में बता दिया. It's not happily ever after. Then, if it is not happily ever after, then why are we behind this happily ever after? एक बार सोचो, right? If we are not behind this, then why are we behind this happily ever after? So think about it. So now, if you eat gulab jamun, right? You know the taste of it. Once you know the taste of it, you know it and you want it again and again and again. Okay? Do you know the taste of happily ever after? If it is not found in this world, then how do you know the taste of happily ever after? Think about it, right? If you don't know the taste of happily ever after, why are we asking for it? The reason is because one time or other, we all were in a spiritual world where happily ever after is true. Okay? Is that point conveyed? Got it? That happily ever after, we were enjoying that every day in company of Krishna. But unfortunately, we fell into the material world where it became false. And we're still behind happily ever after. We try to see that in Bollywood movies, right? And one of the examples of Bollywood movies that I want to give was, after they realized that this happily ever after is not true, they came up with this movie, Kabhi Kushi, Kabhi Gum. So they said, no, not all the time Kushi, Kabhi Kushi, Kabhi Gum. When we went to see that movie, we renamed it actually, Kabhi Kushi, Abhi Gum. Because we were sitting in the movie, right? So when you look at challenges in the life, you look behind, there is so much lamentation, right? You look behind, there is so much lamentation. You look ahead, there is so much anxiety, right? You look ahead, there is so much anxiety. Job रहेगा कि नहीं? बच्चों की शादी कैसे होगा? Anxiety after anxiety. You look at behind lamentation. Oh, I lost my grandmother. Some people lost their parents. Right? Look at present, full of burden. Tomorrow I have to go to work at 5 a.m. Full of burden. So then, where should we look up to? We have to look up to Sri Ram. A life full of difficulties. We're still studying him as Purana Purusha. We're studying him as Purana Purusha. Life full of difficulties. Is this a Supreme Lord? His wife is abducted. Supreme Lord. You see that? It's such an inspiration, right? That is what we have to understand. So we have to understand that things are out of our control, but things are not out of control. Somebody is in control. Up there, somebody is in control. That is Krishna, right? So this is again one of the quotes. When we are down to nothing, that means that Krishna is up to something on our case. Kuch kar raha hai Bhagwan upar. Okay? So that's a hope, right? So and then we come to the last topic, that is transcendence, and we're 8:40, keeping on time here. So the last T is transcendence, right? So in Kali Yuga, even Sri Ram is politicized. Right? They forget the ultimate purpose and they politicize even Sri Ram. Okay? Why did he kill Wali from behind? Why did he make Sita do Agni Pravesh? उन्होंने खुद नहीं क्यों किया? Right? Why didn't he do it himself? Agni Pravesh. क्या पता जंगलों अंगलों में कुछ ना कुछ तो अफेयर हुआ होगा. Why did Ram do Agni Pravesh? Why only Sita does Agni Pravesh? So many questions they ask, right? If you see Sri Ram, even today has real estate issues. Sri Ram Mandir, even today there are real estate issues going on, right, for Sri Ram. Like Sri Ram, Diwali festival is also politicized, right? So if you see, many people think of Diwali as noise and food festival. That's what they think about Diwali, right? The purpose of Utsava is to raise the human consciousness. Actually, we don't read Vedas on a daily basis. Why don't we read that bullet? Awake, arise, resolve, and take the banner of truth in your firm hands and march forward. This is Vedic verse. This Swami Vivekananda took and he made awake, arise, stop not till you, so like that. So this is from Rig Veda, right? And finally, it says Bhakti Pareshanubhava. Bhakti Pareshanubhava. Para Isha Anubhava. Everybody knows Hindi, most people knows Hindi, right? Pareshan. What is the meaning of the word Pareshan? Worry, anxiety, distress, right? Pareshan is not something negative. Pareshan is actually a Sanskrit word that means Para Isha Anubhava. Pareshan Anubhava, right? So Bhakti doesn't give you anxiety or difficulties. Bhakti actually gives you the taste of transcendence. It will take you away from material world difficulties and it will take you to the Supreme Lord Krishna. So that is bhakti, right? And that's what we are supposed to get through this festival of Deepavali. Okay? So, in summary, we went through these topics: love, intelligence, guilelessness, hope, and transcendence. This is called light, right? Light of Diwali. And I want to share one very quick pastime with you. Sri Rama is banished to forest, right? So when Sri Rama is banished to forest, he accepts that as destiny, right? He accepts that as destiny, and he goes to the forest. And then, now, when he was in the forest, Sita Mata gets kidnapped, right? Did he take that as destiny? There's more reason for Rama to take that as destiny, right? When he's in the forest. So who goes to forest? Vanaprastha, right? The stage when you're giving up family, that's when you go to forest. So he's already in the forest. Wife is kidnapped. There is more reason to think that this is also destiny. Right? Better, why do anything? But he goes and fights with Ravana to bring back Mother Sita, right? So many times in our life, we are put into situations where we are thinking, is this destiny? Should I do something about it? Is this destiny? Should I do something about it? We are put into this dilemma, right? But Rama teaches us this lesson. In both circumstances, see Rama, he was performing his duty. When he was leaving to the forest, he was obeying the orders of his father, and he was being a Agyakari son, and he was performing that duty. When Sita Mata gets kidnapped, as a responsible husband, he goes and fights Ravana and gets Sita Mata back. As a responsible husband, he's again performing his duty. In both the instances, he was performing his duty. When we are under challenges, when we are put into situations, when we are put into testing situations, we have to do our duty. As a husband, as a father, as a mother, we have to do our duty. Right? That is a big message. So with that message, there is this verse that Lord Shiva says in Vishnu Sahasranam. At the end of Vishnu Sahasranam, Lord Shiva gives 1,000 names to Parvati Devi, and Parvati asks, "ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा बोल दिया आपने. You gave me 1,000 names, but I don't have time to recite all the 1,000 names of Vishnu. What should I do?" Then Lord Shiva says this. I want you all to read along with me. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Ranane. So Lord Shiva is personally telling Mother Parvati, if you say Shri Rama 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 3 times Ram's name, it is equal to 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. So let us all of us say that again. Shri Rama Rama Rama. So in Kartik Maas, how many names of Lord Vishnu you have taken? Is 1,000, right? So now you have said Vishnu's name 1,000,000 times. Yeah. So with that meditation, always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Always, always, always remember Krishna. And never forget Krishna. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.